It has been a long time coming, but right here we have the actual pieces for the Street Hunter wide body kit for the Mark V Supra. These are actually fiberglass. What we had on the car previously was all 3D printed, and those were used to create these actual fiberglass molds. So today Calvin and I are gonna start doing the final install for this kit before sending them off to paint. Even though these are brand new molds and they fit perfectly before making the molds, it's always good to double check, and we're also gonna go ahead and redo all the hardware with the car with our Downstar hardware. Shout out to Frank for supplying us with that. We've done all of our wide bodies with that hardware, so we're gonna go ahead and reuse all that for this car today. I'm super excited. We have a ton of work to do, so let's get into it. So before we go ahead and start drilling through for the brand new pieces to go on in the rear, we're actually gonna go ahead and redo all of the existing hardware that we had in the car, like I said. The reason for that, I'll explain in just a little bit, but the first thing we gotta do, we have to go through the whole entire car and drill out the pre-existing riv nuts in the car. So now that all of our holes are drilled out, we're gonna go ahead and start smoking holes through our first rear piece. But before we do that, Calvin's gonna go ahead and talk about one of the reasons why we like using Downstar hardware so much, and the difference between the Downstar hardware and the normal metal riveted nuts that we had in the car previously.
So when you go ahead and buy Downstar hardware, he includes a well nut. That's what this rubber rivet nut is. So what this is a riv nut. So it's a rivet nut, and these
it's metal.
It's metal and it's fixed. So this is really good for applications where the panels are flat against each other, but in this case the body panel kit has some angles to it, right? So this rubber allows you to have play up and down to point it in the right direction, because this is the plane of the car and then this is the plane of the kit, and sometimes that doesn't work out well and you end up bending the parts in weird ways, and that's why some of the prototype piece is cracked.
The metal allows for no play at all with the angle of the hardware, but these rubber versions of that allow for some degrees of play, which in the world of body kits and you know, all these angles on the car, it helps out a lot. It's extremely forgiving. The only negative side of doing it is you have to drill a slightly larger hole than what you would for, you know, something like the metal riv nut. But Calvin and I both prefer it, and it makes life a lot easier when trying to keep the kit to last and keep everything fitting on nice and tight. I'm gonna interrupt today's video to say thank you to our sponsor, Cove. You guys have seen products from Cove in the past like this Cove Bluetooth speaker, but today I wanna show you guys Cove's new sound canceling headphones called the Cove Audio Solitude Noise Canceling Headphones. And right now you guys can get almost up to 70% off of these headphones by using code HUNT68 or by clicking the links down below. As I said earlier, these are noise canceling headphones, which means they help eliminate outside noise while you're listening to music. These are great for scenarios like working in the warehouse, working on your car, or being in the gym, because while there's a lot of loud outside noise, it helps eliminate all of that, so when you're listening to music, you don't hear any of that at all. A few benefits of these headphones is that it actually has a 30-foot range, so if your phone's away or you're not next to your phone, you still have a good connection while listening to them. It also has up to 200 hours of standby time and 12 hours of listening time. And of course, it has hands-free calling as well, like their in-ear headphones, so if you want to answer calls, you can do that, and there's buttons on the side of these headphones, so if you want to change the song and you're not near your phone, you're able to pause and change the song from the headphones itself. And it also comes with a cord, so if you want to plug this into your computer or anything that requires a cord, you can still use them as well. And it comes with a travel case to kind of keep everything nice and tight while you want to travel. You can use the code HUNT68 and save almost up to 70% on these headphones, so don't sleep on them, guys. These are a great option for those who are trying to get some good headphones that don't break the bank. Thank you so much for Cove for sponsoring today's video, and now let's get back to it. All right, well, that looks really good. One of the biggest things that we wanted to focus on with these actual production molds is it fitting so well that you don't need to use the rubber trim molding that you see in a lot of wide body cars. I like to run it personally just because I like the look, but we really focus on making sure that out of the mold it was like pretty clean and pretty like snug fitting, so that if you don't want to run that, you absolutely don't have to. Some people hate it, some people love it, but seeing this come together right now, looking really good. We're gonna move on to, I think, the side skirt next. We could do the rear bumper, but the rear bumper, we still have to like drill out these holes for the motion sensors. So we're gonna do that probably later today, but Calvin and I are choosing, I think, to do the side skirt first. You wanna do the side skirt first?
Let's get in there with the side skirt, because with the rear bumper piece, we have to make sure we drill out the reverse sensor. That has to be really good, because we don't want you guys driving around with it throwing a code that your rear sensor is not working.
What makes it easy is we've already like marked holes in the mold, so if you're like worried about making sure it's right, all you need to do is just get a Christmas tree bit, start here, go out there and just bore it out as necessary. So like, it's one of the biggest things that a lot of kits don't come with that, and you kind of have to figure it out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's actually very nice.
Yeah, so it's pretty nice that that's just included, so you don't really have to like worry about missing.
Drill it out, baby.
That's all you gotta do.
Drill it out. Follow me on TikTok.
I'm actually really excited to do this part. I'm not sure why. We're gonna move on to the rear portion of the rear bumper extensions. That's what they're called. We're going to the rear bumper extensions, and the rear bumper extensions, actually, you have to drill out a rear sensor, as we showed you guys before. Now, this is actually gonna be the same exact process that we did with the 458. We pretty much have to cut out a hole, which on the kit we already have designed. But if you guys remember, we actually reused those Ferrari tabs to secure on the inside of the new kit. So super easy. This was just double-sided sticky tape. That's easy as hell, because last time we had all that gunk, Calv, we had all that crap. That's super easy.
Not this time, Teej.
So we could use double-sided sticky tape.
I mean, if OEM is chill with double-sided sticky tape.
I just feel that, I think that the double-sided sticky tape that we have isn't gonna be as tough. And we still have that like 3M glue that we used last time. So I say we should just use that.
Okay, if you want to squeeze some 3M and permanently fix it, that's on you then, Teej. That's on you.
Because this is already implemented into the kit, it's actually pretty simple. The size of hole we need to get is roughly that, and the hole that we have right here. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna use a Christmas tree bit, and we're pretty much just gonna start drilling in the middle until it gets, you can actually even size it up here. We have to go to the third from the last steplet. But it's pretty easy to go super slow, so you can like drill it, test it, drill it, test it. So let's go ahead and start that hole. Nope, still need to go more.
Hey, that's a good old hole. That's a good smoked hole, Teej.
It's pretty good. Super easy. That was one of the things I was worried about most when doing this, but after looking on the Ferrari and like honestly having that little like target hole, you could do that thing blind. Like it really doesn't even matter if it's even centered because you're relocating it yourself. So super easy, pretty dope. I'm excited about that.
Right. Now the idea is to take this guy with the arrow pointing up and put it inside of its casing, Teej.
Does it go like this? Is it like that? It's like that.
It's only one.
It's like that.
Yeah, it's like that. Click that in. Hold it up against the thing.
So this one.
Oh, we should get a double-sided sticky tape right now and tape it right now, Teej.
Yeah, we can. This is this side. So this goes like this.
It appears that we need to.
Oh, doctor.
Oh, doctor. Oh, doctor. That's a good old hole, Teej. Taking my job, dude. So, but there is a huge problem right now, Teej. This bit of the bumper will 100% be in
What do we do? We do what we do best. Just cut it up.
Cut her up, Teej.
So essentially, yeah, what Calvin is right, what we're gonna need to do is essentially, there's a few ways you could do this. You could be like super ultra like masterpiece, and you could like cut out the perfect hole like that so it slips in perfectly. But Calvin, you and I both know that doesn't really matter.
Yeah, nah.
So we'll actually probably will just take a cut out of it like this.
Region out of it.
Cut the region out. This bumper is already cut just to fit these rear pieces anyway, so it's not like this bumper is in perfect condition. You guys can't tell, but there's actually like an inch lip we've already taken off, so taking off that much anyway doesn't make any difference at all. We're just trying to clear enough space so that this doesn't interfere with the stock bumper. Calvin's using some metal shears as his weapon of choice. You could do this with a cutoff wheel, you could do this with like really anything, but Calvin likes to use tools that make his job harder.
Like a Dremel.
You know what?
Yeah, a Dremel would be a great
don't
choice.
Perfect. Dremel.
I don't like you guys.
Hey.
I don't even know why I'm here. Why am I even here?
Try this. Is this?
All right, while Calvin's cutting this, I'm gonna put this down and grab a fresh monster out of the fridge, and we'll come right back to you guys. All right, now that I got those drilled out, I'm gonna be drilling out the holes for the side of the bumper, which I've already explained this a million times, but I'm just doing it for the sake of showing you guys. Hey. Both these turned out amazing, super happy with how it goes. That 3M 04240 is like a magical ingredient if you guys are ever trying to get something to like bond something like that. 4240, 3M, it's amazing stuff. So now that these are done, we're just gonna drill these out, put the rear bumper on, and finish it up. So for the side skirts, the whole lower portion of the car is actually made out of plastic. Now the one thing that I do wanna say is when using the Downstar rubber well nuts on plastic, usually isn't the best idea. So we're actually gonna keep these metal rib nuts that we previously had in the car, and we're just gonna use the beauty washers of Downstar. So that's one of the only downfalls of it, but everything should work out just fine. So we're gonna go ahead and reinstall this with the metal hardware in there and see how it fits. Fitment is super spicy, and what's great is this is fitting perfectly, and it's fitting super flush without even adding the second support. You're supposed to, we left tabs right here so you can drill an extra hole and put a nut and bolt on the inside, which is pretty common. You're supposed to, or like it's there to do it, but honestly, it's pretty tight. Like it's not even really necessary.
Not necessary.
So that's pretty dope, but probably did at one point, but no need for it right now. So now we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna fit the front fender. We're gonna mark this all up, and we'll have a little cutout here for the spout as well. So when you mark this up too, there's holes, there's like divots on the top of the fender. So if you wanted to put an extra like riv nut right here, just for extra security, you can, but dodging the spout, Calf.
Dodging the spout. Oh, keep in mind that it is there, and when you're drilling for your holes in your hardware, you don't put a hole in your...
Yeah, we almost did that, but we didn't.
We didn't. He almost did.
Mark me up, doctor. The doctor's in. I'm ready to get marked up.
Oops. Marker up, Tej. No, I'll put a hole in it.
There he goes again.
Small
Too many holes.
the holes.
Also too, if you see these big cuts, these big like missing pieces on the bottom of the fenders and the side skirts, that's actually cut open.
When you're jacking up your car, BMW doesn't use pinch welds, they use like pucks, like designated zones. It's just a cutout for your zone.
So this way you'll notice that on no other wide body kit that we've ever seen, Cal, at least that we own, you're able to put on a lift without like doing a whole bunch of modification, jacking the car up, and it's kind of a nightmare. Like getting that car on a lift is a nightmare because the side skirt hangs so far under. Well, on this, we actually left a hole. So when you go and you put it on a lift or you're trying to jack it up, there's still a jack point completely available with nothing in the way. So this little cool little feature that I'm really hyped that we were able to add to.
Oh, shunk. That's my favorite part about putting this hardware in, Tej.
When it just finds its hole.
And goes shunk.
Last but not least.
Oh, I got hit it from the bottom.
So you could put another support piece of hardware right here if you wanted to.
I think we're gonna try that.
We'll see, yeah, I'd kind of like to. I don't know if it will hit though. We did Clecos here originally.
Yeah.
But you might not need it. We'll see. There should be room. I can actually kind of see it. There's like actually a cutout right here, Cal. Wild doggo.
Day 2, we're out here. We need to make sure that these two pieces are married together because the bumper will flop around if we don't. Also, these two side skirt pieces as well. We're not gonna do it to the front because, as you know, the front fender is attached to the hood. So we can't do that. But
That's right, Calv.
That's right. That's right, Tej. It's easy enough. We have Cleco clips because when fiberglass hardens, it kind of like shrinks because of the heat. It's an exothermic reaction. If you know,
you
you
get
know.
like that on us.
Yeah, if you know, you know.
Just say we're gonna marry it.
We're gonna marry it. That's what I'm
Because
doing.
this has a little bit of play. It has a lot of like control from the back of the bolts, but even still, we're gonna go ahead and just marry it there so it doesn't flop around.
Make sure you have like a vice grip or something to pinch them together. So when I go to drill this, it's straight and goes through both at the same time.
Hey, Calv, good tech tip. Good pro tech tip.
Good pro Lamborghini, Ferrari, Subaru, Toyota tech tip. Because we're official here.
Yeah.
Unofficially official. And Nissan. Kind of.
And Nissan. Nissan.
Alright, sending it. Oh. I hate fiberglass.
Should be wearing glasses, but you're not. What a tech tip.
I hate fiberglass.
I gotta make some TikToks today while you're gone. I gotta start thinking of some good ideas. If you ain't following my TikTok, you're sleeping on me.
Hey.
I'm close to 100K on TikTok. Make
Okay.
it happen.
I don't even have 10,000. What the heck?
Damn.
I'm at 6,000.
Are they doing you like that?
They're doing me like that, T.
Now, this is gonna be a super long video, so if you made it this far in the video and you have a TikTok, go give a follow. And if you don't, make a TikTok and go, this is a long video, you're welcome.
You're welcome. This is the least you can do for us, okay? To follow TJ on TikTok, to follow me on TikTok.
And like this video, and comment down below, and subscribe, and then also follow Calvin on Twitch. It's the least you could do.
Speaking of which, look, they're watching right now. You could be here, but you ain't. So rip. Bolt in, married, job done, easy.
Do you have the back of the wallet? We always do that, although
always
it's probably
do that.
not the most official way. We love it because it's just so easy.
So easy.
I don't need two different wrenches to take off my bolts.
Yeah. So the what
Downward
happens
hard.
is
Down starts early, okay? Down start hardware can also be universally used as a nut and bolt.
Yeah, because it's rubber. It'll grip. When you go to tighten it, it'll grip. You don't need to worry about it.
We don't need to like cinch that down now because that's gonna come off when it goes to paint, but just having it there, and then you use our Clico.
Do it on this side, Teach. Where do you put?
Whoa, you got close to poking me up top. The last bolt support that we're gonna do is on the front fender. It doesn't need it. It has support here, here, and here. But just for like extra rigidity, we're gonna go ahead, because you can kind of move it a little bit, and this almost looks like it wants to flop a little bit. So we've already put a little indentation on the molds itself, so you kind of know where to drill. And we already have a hole there from our previous Clico. So I'm gonna go ahead and just smoke that hole so we can put a bolt and hardware there.
Smokes and holes, Teach. Oh, hey. Chill. Oh, chill. Oh, chill. Oh, chill. Oh, God, chill. Oh, God, chill.
If you wanted to, right here, you could just do a well nut, because this is going to be perfect fitment every single time, and it's on a flat plane, so you don't technically need to use a downstar rubber walnut. You could just use an actual like riv nut like we did on the rest of the car, but a pretty simple.
Yeah, shout out to what we said earlier in the video. That's huge.
We're doing a lot of explaining. I feel like we've done this explaining a million times over the years because we've done this so many times, but hey, you know how it be.
There's no people out here. They trying to figure things out like we are.
And then once again, just like how we replicated it on the other side, this indentation right here is also where we originally had our Clico clip. So once all this is tight, I'm gonna smoke a hole through that, and that will be our next mounting point, which if you can see on this side, this bolt has just enough clearance steel where it doesn't hit anything. You don't have to use beauty hardware here, but you can if you want. Guys, our stopping point for today is gonna be right now. We are missing a few pieces for the kit, and I'll show you that on the other side. But everything is looking good. We're not gonna send this car off to paint until probably the start of next week. We're gonna get all the rest of the pieces in tomorrow, which I'm gonna make a separate video on installing the front lip and all that. We have the molds for everything, but those are all up in LA at the moment. Our front lip is getting wrapped in carbon right now, and our rear wing mold and the carbon molds for that are coming up. And this rear arch is in LA right now, so we don't have that piece. But this is a really good start. I'm really happy with this. We should have this kit literally at SOS, getting painted and on its way back to us by the end of next week. Very soon I'll have this car back in action, and speaking of that, everyone who has ordered a kit should be getting it very, very soon. The last thing we're waiting on, the reason why I have mine before everyone else's is because one, I'm getting mine piece by piece, and we're obviously not gonna ship these out to customers piece by piece. We're gonna do it all at once. Literally every single person who ordered the wing and who ordered the full kit ordered the whole entire thing in carbon, which is great, but the carbon takes extra days because we have to get those molds and make them in FRP, and then those get made out of carbon. So the carbon's gonna add a few extra days, and we're waiting on that ourselves. So everyone should get that really soon, but I'm just excited to have this thing back. This was, man, this is like 7 months of work to get to this point, and we're finally here.
It looks good.
It looks really good. It's odd seeing it like gray again and not carbon, or not painted.
We were here. This is like deja vu.
I know, we were literally in this spot making this car what it is, so it's weird to have it back here and have it in pieces.
Ooh, we have the sensor in here and everything, bro.
Yeah, those came out really good. Oh, dude, my favorite thing about this kit is just how we designed it to have just a big meat hanging out the back. That is my favorite thing. It's so dirty. Woo!
Looking good.
All right, guys, well, that is gonna do it for this video. I appreciate you watching. This was a long video, so if you made it this far, definitely give it a fat thumbs up. And if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button and turn on the post notifications so you get notified every time we upload a new video. I will see you guys in the next one. Thank you so much for watching. Peace out, and keep moving forward.